Hi Year 3, welcome to your maths video for Thursday the 18th of June. So today we're continuing with fractions. I'm going to start on the mild and then move on to the medium and hot. So if you've been doing the mild sheets, today you're going to find half of a number. Now yesterday we found half of different shapes. So we know we've got the fraction, a half, where we've split it into two groups and we only want one of those groups, or half the word that matches the fraction. So let's have a look at some of your activities. So I've got a number sentence here asking me what half of 12 is. Now you might know already what half of 12 is, so you can just write it down. But there are some objects here to help you with two groups to put them in. Because remember, my denominator tells me how many equal groups I need. So when we're halving it, we need two equal ones. So I've got 12 counters here, so I'm going to draw them in here, sharing them out equally. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And we just need to look in one of those groups because my numerator tells me I just want one of those. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So half of 12 is 6. Okay? Let's have another look at one of those. Same again, half of 16, you've got your objects here. Now some of you might just try and do what we did yesterday, where we looked and thought about where halfway was. And we had to make sure we got the same amount on each side. So let's check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I've got 8 on that side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got 8 on that side. If you can't do that, remember we can share them out again into the two groups and we only want one of the two groups. So we know half of 16 is 8. Okay, let's have another look at one of your activities. So this time you've got some objects on your page and got some sentences that we need to complete. So first of all, it's asking me how many hearts there are, so we need to count them. So let's count in twos. So I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So there's 14 hearts all together. Half of 14, so we're finding half of a number today. So half of 14 is, well, if I look at these hearts, I know I need to split them into two groups to find out what half the number is. So I can see there, I've got one group at the top and one group at the bottom. So I'm just going to circle my first group. So that should show me half of 14. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So half of 14 must be 7. And again, I've wrote the sentence here, but we've wrote it with the fraction. Half of 14 is 7, because it means the same thing, half and half there, written as the fraction. So if you have done the mild sheets, you can stop the video now and continue with your work. If you've been doing the medium and hot, today you're going to find fractions of a number. Okay, so quite similar, but lots of different fractions. So some activities you might have a blank bar model here, and it's asking you to work out 3/10 of 20. So my denominator has told me how many equal parts I've got here, and I need to split and share equally the number 20 in each of these compartments. So I'm going to do little dots. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I've shared them out, but my numerator here is telling me how many of those parts I want. I want 3 of those parts. So I'm just going to circle them. And now we need to count how many dots we have there. So I've got 2, 4, 6. So that must mean 3/10 of 20 equals 6. Okay, so let's look at this one now. So we're still finding a fraction of a number, so a part of a number, because we know a fraction means a part. So 5/8 of 16. So I've got my denominator here telling me how many equal parts I've split this block into. I've got 8, and I need to share my 16 out first. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I've shared them out, but my numerator, how many parts does it want? Have a look. What's it telling me? It wants 5 parts. So I need to circle 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I now need to count how many's all together in those 5 groups. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So 5/8 of 16 must be 10. Okay, that's telling me the fraction of this number. Okay, and I've got those left over. Right, let's look at another activity. So here we've got 4/6 of 24. Now I've got this bar model, it's a bit different from the last one. So I'm finding 4/6 of this number, so it's showing me what I'm going to split 24 into. Now my denominator has told me how many groups I need. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now this has already been filled out for you. So if I've got 4 counters in that group, we know a fraction is into equal parts. So I must have 4 in this group, 4 in this one, and so on. So I'm just going to fill mine in with little dots, not as neat as that, but I'm sure you can be neater. Okay, so now I've shared 24. There should be 24 counters there, and I can double check them by counting in my 4s. So 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. I've shared 24 into 6 equal groups. But my numerator is telling me how many parts of those 6 groups I need. Okay, I need 4. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4. So I now need to just count the counters in those 4 groups. 4, 8, 12, 16. So 16 is my answer. 4/6 of 24 equals 16. Okay. Another activity you might have is asking you to write a fraction for the picture. Now the first thing we need to do is count how many pairs of sunglasses we have, because that will be our denominator. Okay, that's how many equal parts we've got. So I've got 4 here, so 4, 8, 12, 16, 17, 18, okay? If you can't use your times tables, just count each pair. But I've only got this group that's been circled. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So out of the 18 sunglasses, I only have 6 of those that have been circled. So I found the fraction for the picture. Okay. Last one that you might have then is asking you to use your counters to find 2/3 of 12. Now we've already done similar activities to this, so you can cast your mind back to then. But we only had the numerator of 1, so we're looking for more than one group now. So first of all, my denominator is asking me to split it into 3 equal groups. So let's have a look. Can I go 1, 2, 3, oh no, 4. But if I look the other way around, 1, 2, 3, oh, I could do 3 equal groups there. How many equal groups of that do I need though? Oh, I only need 2. So there's 1 and 2. So that's 2/3 of the 12 counters. So my answer then, I need to count them. And there's 4 in each group, so that's 4, 8. Okay, so 2/3 of 12 must be 8. Another one you might have is a true and a false. Now this is a bit of a challenge on the hot. If you haven't got any counters, you could draw them out if you wanted to. So you could draw your 25 counters out and circle. But if not, a little top tip for you, we divide by the denominator. We divide our number by the denominator. So how many 5s are in 25? Let's count. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. There's 5. But it's asking me to have 4 lots of 5. So what's 4 times 5? 5, 10, 15, 20. 20, okay? So is that answer right? No, it is false. But if you're struggling to use that method, just draw out your 25 counters. So there's some space on the back of your booklet, some grid paper to draw it on like this. And then, using the methods we've done, you can group them together. Good luck and take your time.